Shalom, family. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Welcome back to the book room. This is Jeremiah Moshe Yashaval. We are actually going to read word for today. I started earlier and I had my timing wrong as far as our schedule today with my daughter, and I had to leave. So I'm coming back to read the word for today, which will be Proverbs chapter 8 and Wisdom of Solomon chapter 11. Proverbs chapter 8 and Wisdom of Solomon chapter 11. That's what we're going to read today, and I'm going to get right into it because we get right into it because, hold on, okay, I'm just trying to get to Facebook on here. Okay. There it is. Great. Okay. So we're going to read Wisdom of Solomon and we're going to read Proverbs first. Let's see. Let's get to the book. Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 8. Now y'all come on if you're out there. We're going to get this read done, and then we're going to be back at 8 o'clock for the book room. Hallelujah. We haven't been in the book room since last Shabbat morning. Since then, I've turned a year older. Last Sunday, I just turned 69 years old. So yes, I'm pushing 70. By the grace of the Most High Yah, hallelujah. By His grace, I'm pushing 70. And by His grace, not looking it. And that's all on Him, because all the damage I did, I should be looking much older. But, He's good like that. He's good like that. So we're going to be reading from Wisdom of Solomon. For anybody that may come in, if anybody's out there, we're going to be reading from Wisdom of Solomon. I'm going to get this up so I can grab something to eat and be back in the book room at 8 o'clock. All right, family? With that being said, let me just close this door. That'd be right. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right. So I'm going to big my screen up, and go from there. All right. All praises to the Most High Yah. All right. We're going to be reading from Wisdom of Solomon. Proverbs chapter 8 first, and then we're going to go to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 11. All right. So let's get it done. Proverbs chapter 8. Do not wisdom cry, and understanding put forth her voice? She standeth in the top of the high places, by the way in the places of the paths. She crieth at the gates, at the entry of the city, at the coming in at the doors. Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of man. O ye simple, understand wisdom, and ye fools, be ye of an understanding heart. Here I will speak of excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be right things. For my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing forward or perverse in them. They are all plain to him that understandeth, and right to them that find knowledge. Receive my instructions, and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence and find out knowledge of witty inventions. The fear of Yahweh is to have to hate evil. The fear of Yahweh is to hate evil, pride, arrogance, and the evil way, and the forward mouth do I hate. We read that again. The fear of Yahweh is to hate evil, pride, and arrogance, and the evil way, and the forward mouth do I hate. Counsel is mine, and sound wisdom. I am understanding. I have strength. By me kings reign, and princes decree justice. By me princes rule, and nobles, even all the judges of the earth. I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me. Riches and honor are with me, yea, durable riches and righteousness. My fruit is better than gold, yea, than fine gold, and my revenue than choice silver. I lead I lead in the way of righteousness in the midst of the path of judgment, that I may cause those that love me to inherit substance, and I will fill their treasures. Verse 22, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8. And Yahweh possessed me in the beginning of his way, before his works of old. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning of or even, I mean, at, let me start. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. When there were no depths, I was brought forth. When there were no fountains abounding with water. Before the mountains were settled, before the hills was I brought forth. While as yet he had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the highest part of the dust of the world. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. And when he set a compass upon the face of the depth, when he established the clouds above, when he strengthened the fountains of the deep, when he gave to the sea his decree that the water should not pass his commandment, when he appointed the foundations of the earth, then was I by him, as one brought up with him. And I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before him, rejoicing in the habitable part of his earth, and my delight were with the sons of men. Now therefore hearken unto me, O ye children, for blessed are they that keep my ways. Hear instructions, and be wise, and refuse it not. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the post of my doors. For whoso findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of Yahweh. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul, and all that hate me love death. And I think I did it again. Yeah. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, is where I should be. It's always good to get wisdom, so Proverbs chapter 9 is where I should be. The last one I read was 8. Okay. So let me start there. With Proverbs chapter 9. Proverbs chapter 9. Wisdom that buildeth her house. Wisdom have built her house. Builded her house. Wisdom have builded her house. She have hewed out her 7 pillars. She have killed her beasts. She have mingled her wine. She have also furnished her table. She have sent forth her maidens. She cried upon the highest places of the city. Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. As for him that wanteth understanding, she saith to him, Come, eat of my bread, and drink of the wine which I have mingled. Forsake the foolish, and live, and go in the way of understanding. He that reproveth a scorner getteth to himself shame, and he that rebuketh a wicked man getteth himself a plot. Okay. Family, y'all got to excuse me. I got thrown off today, and today is the 8th, and that's what I was supposed to be reading. I got a little thrown off. Today is the 8th, and we read chapter 8. So we're going to stop there and save chapter 9 of Proverbs for tomorrow. I'll be back on track. I'm hungry too, so. All right, so now we're going to go to Wisdom of Solomon. Please forgive me, family. Charge it to my head and not my heart, as we always say. Okay. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 11. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 11. So I got away from the date for a minute. And I'm thinking, I already read chapter 8. But that was when I was on earlier. All right. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 11. She prospered their works in the hand of the holy prophet. They went through the wilderness that was not inhabited, and pitched tents in places where there lay no way. They stood against her enemies, and were avenged of their adversaries. When they were thirsty, they called upon thee, and the water was given them out of the flint, or the flinty rock, and their thirst was quenched out of the hard stone. For by what thing their enemies were punished, by the same they in their need were benefited. For instead of a perpetual running water troubled with foul blood, for a manifest reproof of that commandment whereby the infants were slain, that thou gavest unto them abundance of water by a means which they hope not for, declaring by that thirst, then how thou hast punished their adversaries. For when they were tried, albeit but in mercy chastised, they knew how the ungodly were judged in wrath and tormented, thirsting in another manner than the just. For these thou didst admonish and try as a father, but the other as a severe king. Thou didst condemn and punish. Whether they were absent or present, they were vexed alike. For a double grief came upon them, and a groaning for the remembrance of things past. For when they heard by their own punishment the other to be benefited, they had some feelings of the Lord, or of the Master. For whom they respected with scorn, when he was long before thrown out at the chasing or the casting forth of the infants, him in the end. When they saw what came to pass, they admired. But for the foolish, devices of their wickedness, wherewith being deceived, they worship serpents, void of reason, and vile beasts. Thou didst send a multitude of what? Unreasonable beasts upon them for vengeance. That they might know that wherewithal a man sinneth, by the same also shall he be punished. For thy almighty hand that made the world of matter without form wanted not means to send among them a multitude of bears or fierce lions, or unknown wild beast full of rage, newly created, breathing out either a fiery vapor or filthy sense of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible sparkles out of their eyes. Wherefore, aware of not only the harm might dispatch them at once, but also the terrible sight utterly destroyed them. Yea, and without these might they have fallen down with one blast, being persecuted of vengeance, and scattered abroad through the breath of thy power. But thou hast ordered all things in measure and number and weight. For thou canst show thy great strength at all times when thou wilt. And who may withstand the power of thy arm? For the whole world before thee is a little grain of the balance, yea, as a drop of the morning dew that falleth down upon the earth. But thou hast mercy upon all, for thou canst do all things, and winkest at the sins of men, because they should amend. For thou lovest all the things that are, and abhorrest things which thou hast made, and abhorrest nothing which thou hast made. For nor for never wouldest thou have made anything if thou hadst hated it. And how could anything have endured if it had not been thy will, or been preserved, if not called by thee? But thou sparest all, for they are thine, O Master, thou lover of souls. Hallelujah. So we read Proverbs chapter 8, and we read Wisdom of Solomon chapter 11. Tomorrow, we'll be back on tomorrow, which is Shabbat, and that will happen. No, tomorrow's Friday. I'm sorry. We'll be back tomorrow morning with we'll be back tomorrow with Proverbs chapter 9 and Wisdom of Solomon chapter 12. With that being said, family, we will be back at 8 o'clock for the book room reading. I believe we're reading out of the book of Second Baruch. Second Baruch. It will be posted up. When you come in, you'll see what book we're in. All right? All praises to the Most High. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah. Hallelujah. The Father and the Son, you can't have one without the other because they are one. Hallelujah. All praises. Shalom, family. We'll see you at 8 o'clock.